Hello everyone. I've been using Linux for over a decade now, and every now and then I keep switching between Windows and Linux. Recently, Windows 10 announced that it's reaching the end of its life, so I thought to give Linux, the world of Linux, a different try. Now, I do have a couple of laptops running different versions of Linux, but till now I have been only exploring the distros out there. So I have one which is running Ubuntu Mate, and one is running Linux Mint. But this time I wanted to experience the different environments which are possible in Linux, and this led me to try KDE Neon. Now, Neon is actually not a distro by itself. It's what you call KDE Plasma specific operating system built on top of a stable Ubuntu distro. So uh, here's what you get. You take a stable Ubuntu Linux, and you put the latest and the greatest of KDE Plasma Neon desktop environment, and this is what you get. Now, this is for people who want the absolute best of Plasma environment, right? For the unfamiliar, Cinnamon is one, desktop environment, and yeah. So here I am trying to show the about the system information of KDE Neon user edition. This is KDE Plasma 6.4.5 running on top of 6.18 framework. It's Wayland, so that's the newest graphics platform. I'm using a very old machine for this intentionally. So this one here is Intel Core i3 powered machine with around 8 GB of RAM with integrated graphics. It's a HP 15 series notebook. So this is quite dated hardware, around 15 years old dated hardware, and I wanted to use that specifically just to show that, for tons of users out there who were running Windows 10 until recently, what is for them in the Linux world of things. So the experience which I'm going to show here is on a very old machine, around 15 years old machine with low specs, reasonably low specs. And then this should give you a very good idea about this operating system. Now, like I said, this is like, we have different desktop environments in Linux. There's Cinnamon, there's the classic GNOME. KDE is one such organization which came up with a Plasma desktop environment, and Neon is what they call their version of operating system, which has the promise of getting all the KDE softwares, the latest version of KDE softwares, absolutely immediately. It will feature the latest of Plasma environment. So this is for those who want a very beautiful operating system, something, which in my opinion is actually more beautiful than Windows. And of course, that comes with a trade-off. So you need a higher capacity machine as well. This is where I'm showing the system monitor overview. As you can see, my CPU is oscillating between 30% to 65% of usage, which is quite decent considering that it's a dated machine. So yeah, the operating system is trying to keep up with the machine. You can see around 3.3 GB RAM is already used. I'm not running any active software as such. A point here, so I am running this as a live operating system out of, again, a very old pen drive. And I'm 100% sure that that pen drive itself is, having some problems of its own. So what you see here is actually not the true performance of the KDE Neon. Of course, if you would install it on your machine, on your hard disk drive or your SSD, of course, the performance is going to be much, much better. So what you see here is like what you can expect in the worst case scenario. And of course, the things will be on the better side in any case, in the actual case. you know. So I'm switching to the application side of the system monitor, and as you can see, I'm using the spectacle recorder, which is part of the KDE suite of applications itself. It's a screen recorder. Unfortunately, it does not record audio. It records only the WebM video only file. So I'm doing the voiceover later. And please, I apologize for my bad voice, not feeling well, suffering from a sore throat. So apologies for that. As you can see, there are quite many processes already running. The spectacle is the one which is consuming the most memory, and that's explainable. The next one was the plasma shell, and of course, like I said, plasma is not for not if you have a machine with not too much specs. I would suggest you stick with Linux Mint, Cinnamon, or Ubuntu Mate. But if you have a moderately powered machine, and if you want the absolute best in terms of the graphics, the animations, the beauty, then Neon, the plasma environment is for you. Now, KDE itself, offers host of features. So this operating system, not just it has the beautiful plasma environment, it also has the complete KDE suite of applications. And of course, you have the usual Office applications and the plethora of open source applications which are part of Linux. Apart from that, you have the KDE versions of their own applications, right? Now, this I'm showing the system settings. As you can see, you have absolute ton of customization options available. You can really tune this operating system to your taste visually. You have the standard theme, dark and light. You have the slider here to toggle the animation speed. You have a big collection of wallpapers already provided, and those are very beautiful high resolution wallpapers. So I might not be able to cover the entire customization available in KDE Neon Plasma, but take my word for it, if you want a highly customizable, highly beautiful version of operating system, then KDE Neon Plasma is for you. It's good enough for being a daily driver. I would say it would work 99% of time, always great. Just that because it features the latest of KDE software, there are chances that something might break. But not to worry, they do release updates quite often. So I'm sure it should not be too much of a deal breaker for 99.5% of the users out there who want to use it as a daily driver. Now, you have tons of other options in settings as well. You can customize your mouse and touchpad settings. You can customize your keyboard, your touchscreen. If you have a touchscreen supported machine, you can customize that as well. Here I'm showing the mouse and touchpad settings. As you can see, you can choose your device. You can change the scrolling speed, the pointer speed, or you can invert the scrolling direction as well if you want it. Of course, if you have touchpad, you can customize that as well. And KDE Neon Plasma also supports something called screen edges. So the way it works is there are some marked areas on the screen, and if you would move your mouse to any of those edges, it will just show you all the active virtual environments, virtual desktops which are there on your machine. So that's a very good feature in my opinion, that makes switching between different virtual desktops quite fast. So yeah, like I said, you can either disable it if you want, or you can decide what are the areas, and you can actually trigger an action by pushing the mouse cursor to a respective screen edge. So like I said, highly customizable. There are tons and tons of options out there. If you are a standard user, things would just work out of the box. But if you are a power user, you can really customize it, to your heart's end. Even for a seasoned user like me, it would be difficult to go through all the options out there, which are part of the KDE Neon suite of applications. Uh, Now, I do get this question now often from users which are transiting from Windows to Linux about the software side of things, and my take would be that yeah, barring some of the niche applications for a normal user, it should not be much of a problem. You get everything which you have in Windows present natively in Linux or through their web versions of applications. So yeah, I don't think that is a big of a problem. Right now, I'm showing the Bluetooth section of settings. I don't have a Bluetooth adapter working on my laptop right now. It's a very old laptop, like I said. Otherwise, you can actually customize that as well. You have standard your Wi-Fi and networking settings. You can configure the firewall. You can change your connection preferences. Um, Again, going back to the text and fonts, that's what makes Linux so appealing, right? You can change absolutely everything with your operating system if you are game for it. So you can choose a different animations. Again, you can customize them according to your machine configuration. If you have a very high end machine, you're going to get a very good experience cranking up all those settings to the max. If you want more of a performance, you are better off toning them down. um, and of course, you can notice there's some slight delay between me pressing an option and actually loading up that option. And that's, like I said, that's, I'm in my opinion, that's 100% because of the bad pen drive that I have, which I'm using to run the live desktop environment of Linux. uh, Inbuilt of Linux KDE Neon, we have the Firefox browser. As you can see, there's an option for installing the system itself from here. But I'm better off trying the live version of operating system for some time before I really make up my mind. Um, I am exploring other desktop environments as well, but till now, none has been coming anywhere close to KDE Neon in terms of raw beauty. And like I said, KDE comes with its own suite of applications. So this one is KDE Connect. This is what you can call an application which will help you control your Android. You can view and reply to SMSs. You can actually receive and conduct calls, exchange files. So I mean, it's what you can get as a connectivity option. You have the ocular document viewer, which is again inbuilt. You already have the option of installing LibreOffice. This one here is the image viewer. You already have VLC media player for taking care of all your audio video needs. um, Again, applications like dictionary. The file viewer here is Dolphin. In my opinion, it's a very powerful file viewer. You get so many options which should cater to power users as well. The terminal here is called console with a K, but it's your standard Linux terminal. And here I am launching the Dolphin file manager. Again, I'll keep this disclaimer. The performance which you see here has less to do with the machine performance and more to do with the old pen drive that I have, which I'm using to launch up these live editions. I'm using an 8 GB SanDisk Cruiser, which are notorious for their bad read and write speeds. This one in particular, is probably reaching the end of its life. So yeah, this is the Dolphin file manager. You have a beautiful graphical, interface, which shows you how much disk usage you are already consuming. All your icons, all your folders are beautifully colored. The readability is absolutely great. All the options are at the right place. So you have the most used options directly there. And again, everything is highly customizable. I'm using the spectacle application here, as you can see, for actually recording the system. On the bottom right side, you have the standard Windows, I mean, close to Windows environment, right? You have your daytime viewer, you have your notification center, which will show you all the notifications at one place. You have, if you expand that up, you get to see all the other toolbar items as well. KDE Connect is already running. You have interface for showing the power and battery. Again, the notifications, and you can configure the display configuration as well from there. You have the slider for controlling the screen brightness. Of course, you can toggle up night light if you want. You have the option to select your Wi-Fi network from the available ones. Again, you have options for shutting down the machine or restarting or logging out of the current session. Uh, the start menu here, I should not call it a start menu actually. The menu here is similar to what you get on Windows, right? And that now again that helps people coming from Windows environment or other Linux environment, feel at home. So that's convenient. Like I said, in my opinion, if you are a typical home user, if you want a beautiful, Linux environment, then KDE Plasma is for you. If you have a decent machine, if you have a slightly old machine, the performance might be on the lower side, but I think it still makes up. That's all for this video. If you have any questions for KDE Neon User Edition Linux, feel free to comment them below. This is Siddharth Sharma. Hope you found this video useful. For any questions and comments, do reach out. I'll try showing videos of other desktop environments soon. Please share your insights as well if you have used KDE Neon. Thanks all. Have a great day. Take care.